This video is going to talk about the Nike options trade that was alerted in the pre-market option alerts service here today on December the 28th. So there's multiple alerts. I'm just going to focus on this one for this video, this Nike one. And so you can see that this particular one, the alert was posted before the market opened today, December 28th, and it called for a trade entry basically at the opening bell. And so I'm going to go now and look in a trading platform at a stock chart for Nike. And so this is a daily chart. So each bar represents 1 day of price activity. And you can see this is where the price started for Nike stock today, around 107, what is that? 107.21. And so if you had followed this trade alert, which was sent before the market opened and been prepared and bought this option at the prevailing price when the market opened, then you would have bought the option right when the stock itself was at 107.21 or right near there. And the option, based on the valuation methodologies for these particular strike prices that we put in our trade alerts, the value of that option was around $7.60. So at that time it was $7.60. And this particular trade alert calls for an exit on January the 4th. So let's go ahead and look at the current valuation of that option. It is the January 5th expiration, the 100 strike. So this is the January 5th expiration, the 100 strike right here. And the value right now is about $9.20 after having started at $7.60. So that one has turned out nicely on the first day. Now, these don't all turn out that way. A lot of times you have to kind of give a trade time to develop, and sometimes it doesn't go your direction right out of the gate. This particular one did, and we don't know where it's going to end up by this time limit, but it's nice to see it get a nice start right out of the gate. Now, as far as how do you handle the trade from here, you have a number of options. Really, you can do whatever you'd like. For one, you can just follow the actual trade setup itself from the trade alert. So you could do nothing with it until this date and time, and then close the position at that time. And if things turn out well, then you'll end up with a profit on the trade when you go to sell that call option. But really, you can do whatever you want. So if you want to lock in profits right here, right now, you can do it. There was a nice solid day right there. So you could go in right now and just lock in profits and be on to the next trade if you wanted. Or you could give it another couple days and see where it goes from here. You can see that there was a big drop in the price of Nike after this earnings announcement. And that triggered a particular trading strategy for us. It's what we call our low breakouts strategy. And this particular one is responding almost immediately after we sent the trade alert. So you could wait for it to develop, see if it kind of makes up some of this territory that it lost. Perhaps this was a bit of an overreaction. Perhaps the market will respond that way. So if you want to use discretion, you can. It's ultimately it's totally your call what to do with the trade itself. So if you don't want to have to use discretion or analyze anything, you just want it as simple as possible. This is the trade right here. And so you just wait until January the 4th and set up a sell order for the option to be executed right at the opening bell. Now, if you have any questions about the nuts and bolts of these things, like how do you set up a sell order to be executed at the opening bell, or any questions about the trade alert itself, you can always scroll down, and on that same page where you're seeing the trade alerts, we have video tutorials here about some of the basics. And we also have FAQs. Like here's one here, how do I set up an order to buy options before the market opens? And this applies also to how do you set up an order to sell options before the market opens. And so there's FAQs here that might help. On top of that, we here at Stock Market Guys, we're always at the ready to help. So you can always just contact us anytime and reach out to us and expect a response relatively quickly. If you have any questions in general about us or about any of our trade alerts, our email address is support@stockmarketguides.com.